Toronto is a big city. Actually, it's the largest city in Canada. You can hear all the honking. It's pretty populated. That said, it still gives you a sort of like community neighborhood vibe. I don't really know how else to explain it, but it's super comfortable and homey here. The minute I got here, I felt like I was home. I am staying in the heart of the city, Dundas Square. This square is often compared to Times Square in New York City for a number of reasons. One, there are advertisements all around that light up. I stepped in gum. Great. There's advertisements, there's live music almost every day, and there's always something going on, and there are so many people here all the time. From Dundas Square, just a few metro stops away, is Union Station. And from Union Station, you can walk to so many of the cool sites, including the famous CN Tower. The CN Tower costs a whopping $40 just to go up and check out the view. The one problem with going up to the top of the CN Tower is you get this amazing view of the skyline, but the CN Tower is missing, and what's a Toronto skyline without the CN Tower? So rather than paying $40, head over to Laval Rooftop Restaurant where you can grab a drink, grab some food, and check out a beautiful view of the skyline that includes the CN Tower in it. As you can see, Laval is a great spot to grab a drink, hang out, and check out the skyline without paying $40 and with the CN Tower in the shot. Really cool, unique thing you could do here in Toronto is go to a place called the Rec Room. It's a giant arcade that has virtual reality games.
I think I was screaming so loud, like I heard myself in yours, so like I hear myself echo.
That was incredible. I wish I could have filmed inside, but you guys wouldn't have seen anything because it's VR. It was Ghostbusters themed, and at one point you're walking on like the edge of a broken building, stories and stories above New York City, and then of course the Marshmallow Man comes out and you have to roast him with your blaster. It was insane. We got so sweaty and we're screaming the whole time. And then we come to find out, and there was a guy in there the entire time making sure we didn't hurt ourselves or break anything. And he thought that we were just absolutely hilarious. But highly, highly recommend going to the Rec Room, doing the VR experience. It was crazy. Another really cool thing you can do here in Toronto is catch a Blue Jays baseball game here at Rogers Centre. Baseball is actually one of the most popular sports in Canada. started out slow, 0 for a while, and then suddenly one Grand Slam and then a second Grand Slam. Suddenly they're winning and the game's over. It was so much fun. Speaking of sports, this wouldn't be a Canada video without a little hockey. Right up the street from the Rogers Center is the Hockey Hall of Fame. Pretty cool. Here you can check out lots of jerseys, memorabilia, and even a Stanley Cup replica. So Toronto has tons of parks and really cool architecture. And right down the street from the Hockey Hall of Fame is my favorite park, Bursey Park. Now this park is just funky. There is a giant water fountain with dog statues all around it that are spraying water into the fountain. I just think it's really funky and cool. It's clearly like a dog-friendly city, and I just really like this fountain. To find some funky and unique architecture in a big city like Toronto, but I have never before seen a half house. That's right, just a few blocks from Bursey Park and the Hockey Hall of Fame, you can find a house literally cut in half. So next up, you gotta swing by Hunter's Landing and try the famous Canadian drink, the Bloody Caesar. It's similar to a Bloody Mary in that it has hot sauce and vodka. Rather than tomato, it's clamato juice and topped with all the fixings. Now Hunter's Landing is famous for having out of this world, absolutely outrageous toppings. Slices of pizza, bacon, even lobster tails on this thing. So we gotta check it out. They definitely didn't disappoint. There's even pizza on this thing. I don't even know where to start. Another really funky thing to check out here in Toronto is Graffiti Alley. And it's exactly that. It is a really long alleyway covered in graffiti. There's all kinds of beautiful art, tagging, a little bit of everything. Artists come and update the walls regularly. So if you start to get hungry, head east of downtown to the historic renovated distillery district. It includes coffee shops, restaurants, boutiques, and breweries. The area was once a row of dilapidated Victorian industrial buildings that was named a National Historical Site in 2003 and then renovated into an arts and culture entertainment area. It's all these old buildings, there's brick everywhere. It's kind of like stepping back in time, but with a lot more craft beer. So Toronto is awesome. The city has a little bit of everything and it has been so much fun exploring. That is a wrap on my Canada series, 3 parts. If you haven't seen the first 2, I'll link them up above and you can check it out where I check out Montreal and Niagara Falls. So not only is this a wrap on my Canada series, but today marks the 12th month of my 1 year around the world. But don't worry, I'm not done yet. Keep an eye out for my next video, my story on why I started traveling, how I make it possible, and all the craziness that took place in order to get me here right now. I have big plans for this channel. Docu-series, interviews, tons more vlogs and adventures, so you make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a minute of it. So with that, I'm heading back to Europe, so stay tuned and I'll see you guys there.